Hello guys, it's Junaid here and welcome to my channel. I hope you all in a good state of health. In this series of videos I am going to teach you that how you can clone the design of Instagram, which is the most famous social media platform. So let me show you that what we are going to develop. I installed my app in my mobile. So this playlist will contain 3 videos. In the first part I am going to teach you that how you can clone the home screen, which is like this. You can see the animation on story view. It will be like this. And in the second part I will teach you that how you can clone the search screen, which will be like this. And in the third and the final part I am going to teach you that how you can clone the design of profile screen like this. Okay, exactly like this. Okay, so this is the first part of the video. So let's start by creating a new Flutter project in Android Studio. I just clicked on create a new project for Flutter, and I hope that you have already installed Android Studio in your system, and also you have Flutter SDK in your system. Okay, so after that we need to define our project name, which can be like this. We can make it on desktop. Create a new folder here, Instagram clone YouTube. Okay, done, and press finish. Creating Flutter project. Okay, so our project is created successfully. Okay, after that I'm going to remove some of the code from here because we don't need this code. Okay, like this. Now okay, we need to create a new directory basically. Yeah, I'm naming this directory as screens, and in the screens directory I am going to create a new dart file which will be main screen. Okay, and stateful, and I will name this class as main screen. Press Alt Enter to import material. Done. Then we need to import this main screen here like this. Alt Enter. Yeah, okay, done. And after that we need to change the title of the app, which will be Instagram clone. And also we need to disable the debug banner, false. And one more thing, we don't need a primary swatch for colors blue. We can splash screen color to colors dot transparent. Done. Okay, so let's move to the main screen, which will be our parent screen, which in that screen we are going to import the different screens like home screen, search screen, and our last profile screen. So as you can see that we are going to develop this type of screen. So we need the font family of this icon, and a font family of this as well, these 4 icons as well, and also these 4 icons for the bottom bar. So let me import the assets in public spec.yaml file, and I will add those assets in the description of this video as well. Okay, so you can download them from the link. So let me import those assets first. I'm going to create a new directory here, assets, and in this assets directory I'm going to create a new subdirectory, fonts, another subdirectory which will be icons, another subdirectory which will be images, because we need to show this dummy image here, so I'm going to import it in this folder, images folder. Okay, first let me copy the fonts file. So as you can see that I have imported font spring bold, Helvetica new bold, which normal, bold and medium, and after that we are going to import the icons. The importing of assets in Flutter is very easy. You just copy that specific file, and after selecting the directory you just press Ctrl V, and as you can see that all of the icons are imported. And at the last we are going to import the dummy post.jpg. Okay, now we need to define these in our pubspec.yaml file. Okay, let me open that file as well. Okay, so for the fonts we need to uncomment this line first, and we need to define the font family here, and the assets slash fonts slash, what is the name? Okay, fonts font spring underscore bold dot OTF. Okay, we can remove these lines, and after that we need to define another font family which is family Helvetica new fonts assets slash fonts slash Helvetica new dot TTF. Okay, now we need to change the name of these, bold, and the last one is medium. We need to correct this. Yeah, like this, and the font should be here like this. Okay, so fonts are imported successfully, and now we need to import our icons and images. So let's uncomment of this to icons, and we will do like this, assets slash images slash, we will keep it as empty. Okay, why I did like this, so it will automatically import all of the files in this directory, and it will import all of the files from this directory as well. So that's why I just kept it didn't define the specific file, just define the directory name. Okay, so now after that we need to click pub get so we can see that our things are imported successfully or not. Okay, so we are getting an error like this. Get again. Okay, unexpected key strings and this. Let me see that. Okay, we added as another S. I think so. It should work now. Yeah, okay. So our assets have been imported successfully. Now we can use them in our main screen. Get dependencies. Okay. So now our main screen is basically like this. These two things are in the main screen, basically app bar. This is not included in the main screen. This will be in our home screen, and this bottom bar is included in the main screen. So let's start by creating the app bar. Okay, scaffold, background color will be colors dot black, and app bar, we are going to define the app bar in the method body. We will get the screen according to the specific index, because we are going to create 3 screens: home, search and profile. So we will get that specific screen depending on the index. Body and bottom navigation bar, bottom bar widget. Okay, just press Alt Enter, create method, Alt Enter, create method, and bottom bar, Alt Enter, create method. Done. We will define the return type to widget for all of the 3 methods. Widget. Okay, so return app bar, and the background color of the app bar is black. Elevation is 0.0, because as you can see there is no elevation in the app bar. And title of the app bar will be text, Instagram, and style, text style. Font family is, we have defined the font family, font string. Just click copy and paste it here. Okay, and the font size will be let's keep it as 26. I think so it will be enough. And press enter, Alt Enter, sorry, add a const modifier. We can add it here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so as you can see there is a action button here, action icon, actions, and padding, because we can see there is some kind of padding, because if we just defined the, okay, so padding can be edge insets dot only right 10, and child will be image dot asset assets slash icons slash messenger messenger.png. Okay, the color of this image would be colors.white. The width will be 25 and height will be 25. Alt enter, add const modifier. Okay, return app or bytes. Because it was showing that we need to return the app bar, or if we are not returning the app bar, then we need to return the preferred size widget. But as we are returning the app bar, then we don't have to change the type of the function to widget. We can just use the app bar. Okay, and this right now we are going to use return container for now. I'm just containing, and for the bottom bar widget we are going to create a bottom bar. Here return container like this, and in the container, because as you can see, we can just use the container, define the width, and we can use the row, and in the row we can define the our children's and set the main axis alignment to space between, so it will just equally put the spaces between all of the widgets. Okay, so let's put it here, children, and we are going to create 5 children's basically. Image dot assets slash icons slash home dot png, and I will just duplicate these lines. And as you can see, in the fifth we are going to use circle avatar. The second one is search. The third one is I think so like, and add post.png. Fourth one is like.png. okay, and we are going to put some padding here. Edge insets dot all, and the padding value will be 15. As I mentioned earlier that we are going to use space between. Okay, let's run the application and see that what we have developed so far. I just attached my real device with my laptop, and I'm hoping that it will install correctly. It will take a little bit of time because the app is running for the first time, so it needs to download some dependencies, packages or other things as well to completely compile the app, and after that it will run in our mobile. Okay, it's installing, so let me see that what developed so far. Okay, so we are getting a error here, I think so we haven't defined the sizes to these images, so might be this is the error we are getting right now. The size can be 25. Okay, I'm just copying this. And also we haven't defined the colors dot white. So we need to, I'm just copying this line. Okay, so let's hot reload and see. Yeah, now you can see that our app bar is developed successfully, designed successfully. Our bottom bar is looking good. So just one thing is missing here, that we can't see the fifth option, the profile basically. So let me develop that as well. For that we can use circle avatar like this. Radius is 17. Background color, no, we don't need to define right now. Child is circle avatar again, because right now if you just see that in this, that once we navigated to this, so there is no background circle. You can say that background border circle. Once you click on the profile section, then you can see a type of white background circle. So that's why I'm going to define the circle avatar within a circle avatar, so we can control that value as well. Okay, radius, because we need to define the radius of the inner circle avatar to lower. Background image, network image. I will mention this link of the image as well in the description. I'm just using a dummy image. Okay, now we need to press hot reload and see that whether it installed. Yeah, now you can see that there is a perfect background blue color circle, because we haven't defined the background color yet. Colors dot white. Now it's white. Okay, now we need to change the screen depending on the click of the bottom bar. Okay, so let's create a variable here as index, and because we depends on the index value to change the screen, because if you remember that from this section we will pass the index to this function, and this function will decide that which screen should show in this part. Okay, in this part. Okay, now we need to add inkwell on these images. On tap, we need to define the function here. Okay, in this we will define that index value should be 0 and set state. This you should call the build function again. Once this method basically means that it will call the build function again, and it will build the screen again, this function. Okay, we need to do this on every inkwell on tap index will be for this 1 and set state again. We are not going to develop the add post screen, and we are not going to develop the like screen, so I'm just keeping these as like this. Only we are going to develop 3 screens: home, search and profile. We need to enclose this as well. On tap, index will be equals to 4, yeah, and set state like this. Okay, now we are going to return the home screen, and we also need to create a home screen file. Here I am going to create a new file in the screens folder, screens directory, as home screen, stateful home screen. Alt enter, import material. Okay, so for now I am just showing you, should I create other screens as well. Yeah, let me create the remaining files for other screens as well, so I can show you that how you can function on Inkwell, and we can check in this way that our Inkwell function is working fine or not. Okay, other one is profile screen, stateful, profile screen, alt enter, import material, and the third one is search screen, stateful, search screen, alt enter, and import material, like this. Okay, let me close all of these and open only main screen. So and this basically we need to use the switch statement. Switch will be on index. Case is, if the case index value is 0, then what we have to return is, we have to return home screen, like this. Add const. If the case is 1, which will be for home screen, we need to return search screen. If the case is 4, return profile screen. Add const, like this. It is showing us error because, for example, if the index value is not from these values, so what should be the default return of this function? So that's why we need to default and define the default return, because we know that the value will not be other than these value, but our code doesn't know that. That's why we need to define some kind of escape run container, and yeah, now it's pretty defined. Okay, so after that I think so the file is, our main screen is completed. Let me check. But right now it's not showing us anything, but as you can see that we can click, you can see the click, you can see the click on it, like this. Okay, and after that we need to start creating the home screen. Okay, on the home screen, let me show you first. There is a single child scroll view. It's a scroll view. So first we need to define the single child scroll view, and in the child of this we need to define the column, children, and like this. Okay, so and this, after this, as you can see, we can divide the screen into two parts. First is the story view, third one, and the second one is the post view. Okay, so in the for story view we can again use the single child view, but we can define the direction of child view to horizontal. Single child scroll view, and scroll direction axis dot horizontal, and child will be row, children, and like this. And after that we need to make it like that. Okay, we can run a loop here, so we don't have to define multiple times a single child. I is less than 20 and I plus plus. There we can use a container, because this will be our single child. Container, and we can define the width, so we can just add a text ellipsis, because if we don't define the width, then it will take as much space it wants. Width can be 70, and margin edge insets dot only right 70, and as you can see there is a margin between both of the childs. 15. Alt enter const modifier, and in this we can define the column, because as you can see that there are two children including in the container. One is the top circle avatar and the second one is the text view. Okay, so column, children, and we can define the screens in another type of child screen basically, so we don't confuse the things here. So we can use we can create a new directory, widgets, and create a new widget as story view widget. Stateful story view widget. Alt enter material, and like this. And for the story view widget, we need, as you can see, that we need to create an animation like this. Okay, so we can use ticker provider state mixin or single ticker provider state mixin, but as you can see there are multiple animations including in this. If we just use a single ticker provider mixin, so we can't use it multiple times, it will initiate only once. But if we use a ticker provider state mixing, then automatically it can be used multiple times. We need to create 4 variables late, because we are going to define it in the init state, so that's why we are putting late here. Animation cap, animation double base late, animation double reverse late, animation controller. Basically this is the controller by which we are controlling the animation. Okay, after that init state function, in this we need to define the controller, animation controller. vsync will be this, because this is the class with which inherited from ticker provider state mixin. Duration will be const duration seconds, for the animation will be of 4 seconds. After that base curved animation, parent will be controller, and curve will be curves dot ease out, like this. And reverse will be tween double, and begin will be 0.0, ending will be -1.0, and animate will be base. and gap. We will put it like exactly like this, but we will change the begin and ending values. 3.0 animate base. Okay, after that we need to define the dispose to dispose the controller. Controller dot dispose. Exactly like this. Okay, it's completed. Now we need to use a package dashed circle, because we are controlling the value of basically dashed like this. Okay, so we need to use a package which is dashed circle. You can open pubspec.yaml and you can define the package here, dash circle. The version is 0.0.2 pubget. Okay, now open the story view widget again. So for that container, like this, margin is edge insets dot only top. From top we are going to define it 10. Margin alignment will be alignment dot center, and the third one is child. So rotation, transition, turns, base, and child is dashed circle. Dashed circle. Okay, let me check why it's not importing. Let me check that why it's not importing the dashed. We can import it forcefully. Package, Flutter slash dashed or dashed. No, it's not importing. I think so there must be an issue with this. Dash circle 0.0.2. We can import it again and check. Now it's imported successfully. Okay, gap size is gap dot value. As I told you earlier that depending on this it will increase the gap value, and it will and this rotation transition will rotate the dash circle. And in this we are going to define the dashes 40 and color dot white, and child again rotation transition, turns will be reverse, and child is padding, edge insets dot all 5.0, child will be circle avatar, background image, and again we are going to use the same image from the URL. like this, and in the circle avatar we need to define the radius of circle avatar 30.0. Okay, now we need to go back to home screen and import the story view widget here and see that what is developed so far. Press Ctrl S and see that what is developed. So now I think so it's working fine, and upon clicking, no, it's not working. Yeah, because we haven't started the animation. So for that you need to put this into inkwell on tab, and on tab controller dot forward like this. So let's check. We need to install the app again because we put const here. And also we need to define, I think so here I missed something, is add listener, and in add listener set state. Now we need to install the application again and check. Yeah, it's working fine now. Now it's working fine. Great. Okay, so everything is working fine. I think so I missed something. Where it is? No, I haven't. Okay. Now we need to add a padding. See, it's almost to the edge of the screen, so we can add padding here. Edge inserts dot only, left is 10, right is 10. Again const modifier. Now it's perfect. Okay. Okay, now we need to add a text here, so we can add a text like this. Add some kind of empty space, height is 10, and now we need to define our text utils files because we need to use the text like this. Let me show you that we need to define the text. We need to use this text in multiple types of screen, that we need to use same text here as well, but just the color is changed. We need to use this text, so we can just use a common class for text utils and we can just use it in anywhere. Okay, so let me show you that how you can create a utils file. Now you need to create directory utils, and this utils file we are going to create a new in this utils directory we are going to create a new file, text utils, and in this class we are text utils like this, string Helvetica new, so we don't have to define the font family again and again. Helvetica new, and here we can define our functions. Normal 11, we will get the text from params and color from params as well. Return text, the data is like this, and style is text style, color is from the params, and font size is 11, like we defined already that we need this function where we need to use the 11 font size font. And font family is Helvetica new, and font weight is font weight dot normal, like this. Okay, so let me check first that what is the name of the Helvetica new. Yeah, it's like this and like this. Okay, we can use the same function in multiple classes, and we can define the functions, the text here. We don't have to define the styles in every class again and again. We can just define it here and use it in multiple times. So I'm just copy and pasting this function again and again, because we need to use the 12 size font as well, the 13, 14 and 16, 18 and 20. I think so that is the maximum size I'm going to use in this design, 20. We just need to change the values to 12, 13, 14, 16 and 18 and 20. After that we need to use the bold as well. So text bold 14, or bold is starting from, bold is starting from 14. Just copy this, 14, 16, 18 and 20. Bold 16, bold 18 and bold 20. So we need to change the values from here as well, 16, 18, 20. Font weight is bold. Okay, and anything else we need to change? No, we don't need to change anything else. Okay, and here you can see that the text is ellipsis. The text is not properly shown or completely shown, it's ellipsis. So we need to define the ellipsis style as well. For just this, we don't need to define it multiple times for every font size. Ellipsis. Okay, and overflow is text overflow dot ellipsis, exactly like this. Okay, now open the home screen again. Just import this file like this, text utils, make it final, and just write text utils dot. Now you can see all of the functions here. So right now we need to use ellipsis text, so like this, Junaid Khan, Proglabs, and the font color is white. We can remove this like this. Now we can press Ctrl S and see that what happens. now you can see that it's working perfectly fine. So after that we need to create the post view widget, and for that this is a single child scroll view, it ends here. After that we need to add some empty space, sized box, height 20 is enough, and after that we can run a loop, so we don't have to create a single widget again and again. 10 I plus plus, and we can create a new widget here in the widgets directory, post view widget, and we press alt enter and import material. So for the post view widget, let me show you that this is a total container, this is row, basically this row, this is another child, this is the row, this is so everything is enclosed in container, and after that in the child we have to use column, because one thing is another, everything is in the vertical order, and for the horizontal things we can use row. So container is already defined, and for the post view again we need to import our text utils, because we need to use text multiple times here. Define make final and container, and you can see there is a margin in the bottom, so we can just add margin as in sets dot only bottom, and from the bottom we can add theme, and in the child will be column. The first child is the row, and there you can see there is some kind of padding here. Okay, so padding will be from edge insets dot only left 10 right 10, and from the bottom, because we don't need to define the padding from the top, that's why. Const, and in the child of this padding we can use row, and now you can see there are two types of row included. One is like this and the other one is, and these two children are enclosed in another row with which we can define the main access element to space between, I think so. Yeah, so for this we need to add a new row, children, and here we can use, for the first one is circle avatar and text. Circle avatar, the radius is 20, and background image again we are going to use it from our you can open this clipboard by pressing Ctrl Shift V. Okay, we need to add some empty space, sized box, width is 10, text utils dot bold 16, Junaid Khan, and the color is white. Okay, so let's see that what we have. It's showing us error. There's an error on home screen. Oh yeah, we haven't imported our post view widget yet, like this. Okay, so we can press Ctrl S. See, now it's working and it's showing me exactly what I developed. And after that we need to define our other child, which will be an icon. Okay, icon is icons dot more word. Yeah, this is perfect. And color is colors dot white. Press Ctrl S and see, it's showing me perfectly fine. Now we need to define the main axis alignment here. Main axis alignment dot space between, and see what exactly perfectly fine. Now we need to define our next thing, which will be the dummy post image. So we can add it here, image dot asset, assets slash images slash dummy post dot jpg, height is 300 and fit box fit dot fill, like this. See, it's showing me more than good, I think so. Okay, so now we need to add a space in it. Sized box, height is 10, again const. Now we need to develop it like this. We need to add a row again, and we need to import our icons here. So we can use the row again, and if you remember, we need to use another row. We can use like dot png, color is colors dot white, and width is again 25, height is 25, and see that what it show us. Perfect. Now we can add some padding here. Only left and from right. Perfect. Now we can import the other as well. The second one is of comment, I think so. Yeah, comments and yeah, comments, yeah, or comment, yeah, comment. And third one is of share, Control S. Perfect. Now we can add a padding to this. Only left 5 and right 5. We can add on more padding here. And now it's looking good. Okay, or we can make it to 15. Now it's perfect. Then we need to show our save button as well, which will be here, and save.png, and again we can define the main axis alignment to space between. Now it's showing me perfectly fine. Okay, after that we need to define our views. So for that we can use text utils, and it's ending here. I think so we need to add some space. Yeah, sized box, height is okay, because every time we need, yeah, because as you can see we need to define the padding or space, so we can use a container and define the margin here as in sets dot only from left 10, from right 10, and from top 10. Add a const, and in the child of it we can use column. Children is like this, and text utils dot bold 14 3965 views, and the color of this will be colors dot white. Let's check. Now it's showing in the middle, so we can just main axis alignment to start. Now cross axis alignment to start. Still no. Now it's showing me. Okay, so you can just define the cross axis alignment then there, and it will show you like this. Other thing we have to show is this section. For that we need to again use row here, and first we need to define a sized box. Height is like this, height will be 5, and row children, and in the children text utils again, and bold 14 again, and Junaid Khan for the username, and colors dot white, sized box, width is 5, text utils again dot normal 14, and this is the new post for me, colors dot white. Add const, press Ctrl S and see what happens. Yeah, now it's showing again in the middle, so we need to define our cross axis alignment here as well. Now it's showing me perfectly fine, and after that we need to use this view all 6 comments. For that I can just copy this, and right below this we can define like this: view all 6 comments color is gray. That's not looking good. Okay, for that I can add a sized box. Height is height is 5. Normal is perfect. Yeah. Again, empty space. Okay, so now we need to add like this. 12 minutes ago, C translation. We can use row for this. Okay. Row children text utils dot normal 11 colors dot white, and the text will be 12 minutes ago. Again, sized box, this time is width. C translation, color for this I think so will be gray. Okay, now press. See, now it's looking perfectly fine to us and everything is working fine. Okay, now we need to change the color of these dashed circles. So we can open our story view widget again and close all, close others, and where we dash circle dot white. So let me see that what is the color. I will share the color. The color is this, and now you can see the color is, now it's showing us perfectly fine. So for now the first part is completed, and you can you have learned that how you can create the home screen of Instagram. In the next part I will teach you that how you can create the set screen. So subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you will be notified whenever I upload the new video. So till then, take care.